Hello, and welcome again to another episode of The Thug Nation, TheThugNation.com, or excuse me, TheThugNation.com. Today we're going to be talking about hacking. Wow, what's going on in our world today? I've been reading the news and looking at the news, and basically what's been going on over the past couple months and in last year also, and it's been happening over time, is that there's been severe hacking. And it's kind of odd because when you listen to the news, they'll tell you that we've had a computer glitch. We've had some issues with servers or whatnot. And over the past couple of weeks, we have had some significant hacking issues. I mean, we go down the list. The New York Times, Amazon.com, NASDAQ, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, JP Chase, PNC. And the list goes on. And the list goes on, and the list goes on. And I got to thinking, somebody is attacking our infrastructure. Somebody's attacking these companies. And I wonder if it's just not them saying, you know what, showing us we can get to you. Somebody is trying to send a message saying we can shut you down. Now, if you're a conspiracy theorist, you can say, well, maybe it's our own government doing it. And you know what? I wouldn't doubt that for one bit. And also, if you're a conspiracy theorist, quote unquote, you could say, well, maybe it's Iran doing this right here because we want them to be the bad guy to give us any reason to go over there to try to bomb them. It's not Russia anymore, not China, even though they've been doing it to us and we've been doing it to them. We'll pick an enemy of the week, and we'll use them as the scapegoat. So, I want people to ask themselves this question. If you're the New York Times, do you have any backups? Because it's hard for me to believe that the New York Times doesn't have any redundant systems to protect against this right here. Because it happened. They were down. Let's go to the next one. Amazon.com, which I love to order from because it's convenient and smooth sailing usually when you go through. But nobody in the world can tell me that as large as Amazon.com is, that they don't have a redundant system for the primary system, a backup redundant system to the redundant system, a backup to the 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 backup of that system. And somebody still shut them down. JP Chase, dealing with the money. If anybody was going to be protected, JP Chase, Bank of America, and Wells Fargo, these big banks should be that. I'm not going to say it'd be 100%, but you should not be able to hack in there and shut it down. And that's what's occurred. And hackers have siphoned off money through wire transfer. And see, this is not being played in the news. The news that you're getting is saying it's a complete computer glitch. Now, just yesterday, I think it was Thursday, today's Saturday. Just yesterday, the NASDAQ was closed down for 4 hours. Now, that's not a computer glitch, and if you believe it's a computer glitch, you are a fool's fool. If you believe the story that you were getting, you are a fool's fool. If you listen to the cockamamie excuse they gave, again, you are a fool's fool all day long. This was a attack. Now, the problem is that because all these other countries are so dirty, and so is the United States, you don't know where the attack came from. You don't know if it's just a little kid, 18, 19-year-old computer whiz in his garage, figured this stuff out and hacked into it, or you don't know if it's a consolidated front in China. You don't know if it's Russia. You don't know if it's Iran. You don't know if it's somebody in Africa. You don't know where this can be coming from. Because certainly somebody's doing it. Somebody's hacking into these sites. Now, it could be a precursor for what's to come. Because certainly if they can hack into these sites right here, and your water consumption, your water centers or your electrical grids and things of that nature, if they're controlled by computer, those can be hacked also. If you fly planes, the air traffic control systems, they probably can be hacked into also. What's to stop them from having a, I believe, what is it called? Die Hard situation where Bruce Willis, where they were at the airport and the guy was making planes fall out the sky. What's to happen from something like that occurring? What's to stop them from saying, hey, you know what? We're going to take the water supply down. See, that's the problem. You get so technically advanced that it only takes a keystroke to bring you down. So the United States and other countries, they're so technically advanced that now we're at the mercy of the internet. In the military, when I was in the military, they called it the supernet. I don't know what they call it now. But, we had the internet. And basically the internet, it started out as a good thing. Now it's a bad thing now because now you're vulnerable. Everybody's vulnerable. Everything that you do is being monitored. The very broadcast that I'm speaking about right now, somebody could be monitoring it right now. So the hacking situation here that's occurring, they're not talking about it. And they're not talking about it for a reason, because I think they don't want people to be totally alarmed. Because if people really knew the truth, if people really knew what was going on behind the scenes of these companies, they'd be outraged and they'd probably be in a little bit of a panic. So I would implore everybody to, again, not believe what I'm saying on this broadcast. Go out and check it for yourself. Do your own homework. Have an understanding of what's being inflicted upon you. Young folks, older folks, understand what's being inflicted upon you. And people say, well, hacking has nothing to do with me. Oh, yes, it does. If they shut off the water, you'll find out just how crucial the hacking is. If they shut off your bank account when you can't access your bank account, you'll find out just how crucial hacking is. If they cut out the power, I guess you won't find nothing out, because you'll be in the dark for a while until the daylight, and then you'll still be screwed. So we need to have an understanding of what's happening. And again, I use a quote from the Bible: "Our people perish for lack of knowledge." And it's time for us to go get the knowledge. It's time for us to understand the knowledge. It's time for us to embrace the knowledge, whether it be good, bad, indifferent, or whatever. It's time for us to understand where we are so we can know where we're going to get to. It's time to understand. This is Ed Walters for The Thug Nation, TheThugNation.com. Thank you for listening, and talk to you later.